Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Ecommerce Butter apps inside. Today we need to see this here the add favorite tabs you need to developing here. You need to go here and to work on these tabs. Let's start how to create. Already need to make like this here the UI. We need to see first of all this UI inside the Figma. Look like this here the UI. Need to develop here. This UI already need to make inside here the category list and item list showing times you need to making like this UI you need to develop here. So you need to use this here the directly this UI and you need to modify as per needs inside the favorite list. Now we need to copy first of all these screens. We need to go here the lip folders and to find out here the screen folders. Inside we need to create here the new folders and we need to give this here the name as a favorite like here and create here the new files. Give this here the name favorite tabs screen dots. Create here the stateful widgets. Otherwise, you need to copy for this line of codes. You need to go here, shopping tabs, and to find out here the item list screens. You need to copy these ones. Inside, we need to paste here. Paste these ones, and now need to change this screen name. Favorite tab screen, and we need to import this. And remove here unused code and need to change here the titles. First of all, need to set here the titles favorite, and we need to save this here. And we need to applying here and we need to save these all things are put it here. Now save here. Also need to save here and remove here news. Now need to go inside here the main tabs and need to replace with this here favorite tab screens. Save here and look like this here the show, and we also need to modify this once here. Need to go inside here the favorite tabs and we need to removing here the back buttons for these screens. Set here the containers. Now need to save here and look like this here the showing here. Now modify this UI. We need to needs here. So we need to write down here the create here the new files favorite row. Create here the new files favorite row dot dots, and one more things. Create here the new files favorite cell dot dots. Like this two files need to create here because inside not same use here the this contents need to differently present here. That's why I need to use this here the new cells need to develop here and to change this here. Now we need to go inside here the this favorite tabs and need to find out here the cells and row calls. We need to finding here and we need to replacing this here. Now we need to find out here the item cells. First of all, we need to go inside the definitions and we need to copy this one and we need to paste here inside the this favorite cells and to rename this here favorite cells. Now need to save here. Again, we need to go inside this ones and we need to find out here the other cells row for these items. We need to put it here for this here. Need to making like this here the directly given this here. Now need to cut this here and to convert into the buttons, convert into the row. Now need to copy this one's items and ink wells need to cut this one here, and we need to go inside here this favorite row. Create here the stateless widgets and to give this here the name favorite row, and import this here the material dependency. Now need to paste these codes and apply here. Now need to write down here the finals keywords, and we need to need here the map objects need to pass this here inside this here. Then after, so need to set here the query callbacks for the click events on press events, so need to manage it this here like here. And this favorites ones need to put it this here, and now need to given this here the click events, open this here the press events, so need to given like this here, and we need to save this here, import this here the color extensions, and import this here the rating bars. Now this one is not the save, and to making like this here the favorites row need to done here, and need to given this here the favorite row need to replace with this here, and like here the object, and on press events also need to manage this here. Context.push extension methods open details screens need to call here. Product details screen, save here, and above here favorite cell, save here, and replacing this all data. Now this one is the done. And now need to modify here the cells. First of all, need to making here the modify this here the row for the appropriate the favorite row need to needs. Go inside here the definitions, and we need to change this here the orders of this here the names and details. So need to details come first here. Need to replace with here the cut here like here, and we need to paste here. Change this here the orders, and need to set here the power and decrease this here like this set it here, and need to make here the convert into the another columns, and we need to set here the cross of this alignment set as a start like here. Need to cut one these things, and we need to paste this here, set here the comma, applying here show like this here. Now need to convert into the row, and we need to write down here the expanded these columns, and we need to make here the close buttons icon buttons need to develop here on press event, and we need to set here the icon as a close like here. Set here the color T color primary, not primary, use this here the placeholder colors like here, and we need to save and show like this here for this data. We are remove here this ones overflow issue here, and we need to set here the remove this. Wrap with here the size box, set here the width, need to set here the what look like this sets, remove this here expand, why not work. Main axis alignment, set here the space between. Okay, this container not given this here the expand. That's why I need to get here the errors like this. Now given this here's expand here's and remove this here's. Now fix this issue. Now fix this here the issue and need to set here the size as 20, little bit small. Look like this here the settings here for this data. Now we need to set here the colors and size. We need to set it here. First of all, need to change this here this row. Inside we need to make here the start and review like this. We need to put it here and this is the price. Removing here this one's row and we need to put it here this row and we need to give this here the space between like this set it here and ignore points. Set here the space, remove here and sized box. Give this here the width space for the 15. Look like this here the sets for this UI. Now we need to go against here the big row and we need to copy here the color and size row. Need to need here for this data and we need to paste here and show like this here for this data. Now need to set here the width, not width, expand here sized box, set here the height, so need to set here the 8, save here and look like this here the show. Now you need to make here the changes here the related to buttons and we need to put first of all the icons inside the assets or the image folders. We need to given this here tag icon favorite and we need to paste here, copy this relative path and replace inside here this row, set here the image sets, set here the width and height, so need to providing this here the 25 and widths, we need to set here the box width content action to configurations and show like this here for the shopping carts. Now need to change here the colors, need to set here the primary colors, T color primary and look like this here the show not primary text, only primary and show here and alignment, set here the dot center and show like this here for this shopping icons. Need to put it here and making like this data. Also need to providing this here the tags for the news and price. Also need to providing here for this image. Need to find out here the image cells row here. This is one image and need to make here the container. Uh, Set here the Z stack is good. Columns replace inside the stack like here's and we need to given this here the alignments top left like here's need to providing here and make here the containers, set here the decorations box decorations, set here the color three color primary colors and need to set here the border radius circular, need to set here the 10 15 is good and make sure you need to given this here the height, set here the 13 and set here the padding. Font edges insert symmetric horizontals. We need to set here the 8 and verticals need to given this here the for set here the child, set here the text fields. We need to copy anyone's and like here's, and we need to paste his here. Now need to change here the style colors. We need to set here color white text, remove this comma, and we need to set here the value SLU 30% need to show like this here for this UI. Need to save and show like here. So we need to set here the 20 is good, and alignments, make sure here alignments set here the center like here, and need to set here the margins, most important. Set here the only tops. We need to given this here the 8, and right, not right, left, need to set here also 8, and look like this here the showing for this image for the here given this years. Now these parts are the done here, and now we need to similar UI inside. We need to change here the this one's parts. We need to changing here. So we need to need here, need to go here the favorite cells, and we need to modify here the this buttons. We need to go inside here the row, and we need to copy this here the favorites buttons for this internal logics. Copy this ones, and we need to replace with this here this favorite buttons, and look like this showing here, and also here alignments. Set here alignment dot center, save here and show like this. Here's for this UI we need to put it here, got this data. And one more column things we need to add here inside this UI. We need to colors and size. We need to also need to providing this here for this UI and complete this here. Now need to go inside this row, and we need to copy here the size colors like this parts. We need to copy here this row and put inside this cells before share the price like here, and we need to paste here. So like this here the bottom issue you need to fix here. First of all need to increase this here the size of these cells. We need to need here, go inside here the tabs, and we need to increase this here the space, set here the sevens, and fixing this here we need to 6.5. Now 7 is good. Now working good here. Now this is what parts here the done, and make sure remove here this paddings of the heights. Now display good. Now need to go inside here the this definition cells and increase this here the padding of these bottoms. Need to set here the 85 more than once. 19 is good. Now display good here, and this is our the done here the favorite parts. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down inside the comment section, so I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.